All right, Salakia for the technical difficulty. I think I got it figured out. Clap it up again, give the Lord a hand for allowing me to figure it out. I'm not the most technical advanced person when it comes to this, all this internet and all these gadgets and stuff like that. But, however, we don't make any excuses and we do make it work. So once again, shalom, Yahbashim Yashabagatham to the brothers, shalom Yahweh Shemalatah Bashim Yahshah to the sisters. Tonight is the Tuesday night brotherhood class right here in Kansas City. Um, ISUPK Kansas City. And with that, we're going to get in it. Like I was saying earlier, before I had to cut the live feed earlier, that tonight, well, not tonight, I think it just did it again. Well, however, we're just going to keep it rolling. I don't know why it keeps cutting this out of Facebook, but for some reason it keeps kicking this off of Facebook.
But the words of the guest.
And it's not allowing me to stream on Facebook. All right, Salakia. Salakia. Once again, hopefully that's the last time. Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shemalah Daba Hashem Yahweh Shah, sis. Uh, Salakia. Yeah, I was having a rough time with this. Uh, yeah, we just gonna jump into it. Tonight's class, I wanted to talk about how, you notice a lot of things when it comes to like the industry, people who are entertainers, people who are rich and famous, and have all have all sources of you know income. They have money, they have the clout, they have the clothes, they have everything. But with that being said, all that they have, like they don't have any love. Because if oftentimes you hear about like the Hollywood industry and how cutthroat and how conniving it is, that's because first off, it's ran by heathens. It's ran by our oppressor, the so-called white man. Um, there is no love in the industry. And if you're a brother or sister trying to pursue the industry, you should think twice about trying to be, a rapper, an actor, even a content creator. A lot of these content creators are going through hell because it's all connected at the end of the day. The ones who are paying your bills, the ones who are giving you all the money, the ones who are supporting your quote unquote dreams are the ones that are going to tear you down at the end. You understand? And that's why I wanted to talk about the situation between Drake, because he's going like he's a sore loser. And he has the spirit of our oppressor, the so-called white man. That's because he thinks, first off, he thinks that he's the so-called white man because, he's mixed. I mean? Drake was raised with a Jewish woman, his mother, and his father is an old Judite from, I believe, from Memphis. If, correct me if I'm wrong. But, however, he got into a rap battle some months ago with Kendrick Lamar. Now, brothers and sisters in the school, in the ISUPK under Commander General Hanna, we understand how valuable it is to watch your mouth. You understand? There's no sin in, rap battles and hip hop and things of that nature. But, however, there are things that are said in hip hop music and music in general that are profane in the eyes of the Lord. Like, we know that it's entertainment, just like if you watch a movie. There are things in movie scenes that are acted out that are profane and that are sinful according to the Most High God. I'll name one. Like, everybody loved that movie Big Mama's House. You know what I mean? I watched it a bunch of times growing up as a youth, as a young man. But however, they were only eating catfish, they were eating hog maws, chitlins. I mean, they were eating the whole pig from the rooter to the tutor. As beautiful as that movie may seem, as family-like as that movie may seem, guess what? It was still abominable in the eyes of the Lord if it was real. And that's the big thing. Music isn't real. Movies aren't real. And a lot of times our brothers and sisters have a hard time distinguishing reality from entertainment. You understand? Because our oppressor's number one goal is to entertain us and make tons of money doing it. And that's part of the reasons why that's one of the reasons why we're asleep, is because we're being entertained, especially today, to the highest level. You understand? People can't put their phones down for 10 seconds hardly. Everybody was jumping up and down and going crazy once TikTok was back up and running. It wasn't even a whole 24 hours, and people were like, you would have thought it was the everybody's birthday. The way people were acting and carry on when TikTok didn't get banned, or they released the ban, or took the ban away. However you want to say it, they removed the ban from TikTok, and people lost their damn mind. That's because these heathens' main goal is to make tons of money and entertain us. You understand? That's the main goal. So if you're a brother or sister trying to pursue the industry, just know that you have to cater to another nation. You have to cater to someone that doesn't look like you, someone who isn't your brother, someone who isn't your sister. You have to be beneficial in their eyes. So why am I saying what I'm saying? Because oftentimes when we strive to put our spirit in this world, we lose ourselves. And when we lose ourselves, that means we can't do anything for our nation. Now, if you think I'm lying, ask how many celebrities give back to the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. As soon as they get rich, as soon as they get famous, as soon as they get all those millions and they hit their bank account, what do? What do? Do they stay in the hood? Do they build up the cities in the hood, and the ghettos and the barrios and reservations? No, they go move somewhere where they're going to have a golf course in their backyard. They're going to move somewhere with neighbors that the neighbors that don't look like them. They're not going to live amongst their brethren. They're not going to live amongst their brothers and amongst their sisters. They're going to go live amongst somebody that doesn't look like them because they believe they made it. And that's the American dream, is when you make it, as far as for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. Our American dream is to be holding hands with the oppressor. That's the American dream to us. Because as soon as we make it, as soon as we get on, what do? We go move to the suburbs. We go marry their daughters and go marry their sons. We dress like them. We talk like them. We want to do everything like them. That's making it in America for a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. That's the American dream. And if you have that ideology in your mind, guess what? You cannot benefit your own nation. That's the point. That's the point. And then when shit hit the fan, Salaki, when stuff hit the fan, and you end up like R. Kelly, and you end up like Bill Cosby, and you end up like a loser in front of the same Americans that gave you that dream or sold you that dream, now you're ready to come back to your nation when you're humiliated and when you're humbled. And that's the Lord's work. That's the Lord's work. You understand? When we get humiliated and we get humbled and we realize that we need our brothers and we realize that we need our sisters, that's the Lord trying to show you or tell us right then and there. You had no business being over there anyway. And that's why the Most High God humbles us a lot of times when we don't realize that for ourselves. And that's with any sin and that's with any transgression. But, we're talking about the lack of brotherhood and sisterhood, that it being, because it's the Tuesday night brotherhood class. When we don't love each other, the Most High God is going to find a way to make you realize that you're going to need your nation one day, because there is no love amongst these other nations like it is with your own. I don't care how they try to portray, black on black crime. I don't care how they try to portray the ghettos and the barrios. I don't care how they try to portray us being crabs in the buckets or haters amongst each other. I don't care about all that, because they're the one who put us in this whole mess that we're in today. They're the reason why we despise and have evil eyes towards each other. And it was written in the Bible in Deuteronomy. As a matter of fact, let me read that. Let me read that real quick. All right, we're going to the book of Deuteronomy. (28) and 54. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. See, this was the Bible predicted this for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians thousands of years ago. That the man, let me read it again, so that the man that is tender among you, you know what that word tenders mean? That means once upon a time, as hardcore as we are as brothers and sisters. Remember, King David said that, who was the brother's name? That he said his love surpassed the love of a woman. And you got cats in the conscious community that says that means he was LGBTQ. That's not what King David was far from an LGBTQ person. He loved women. You understand? Just as much as I do. I love women. Black, Hispanic, and Native women especially, only, exclusively. You understand? But when your love for a brother surpasses the love of a woman, that's talking about brotherhood. That means that, you can get close to a cat that you love. You could be rocking with a cat that you just down for. That's your homie. You know what I mean? He ain't physically got to be your brother by blood, but this is someone who, you might go to war with. You might can share stories that you can't share with your wife. Your rib won't be able to relate to these things. How you can make it relatable to this brother. You understand? That's what it's talking about. His love surpassed the love of a woman. It's not talking about anything sexually. This is all talking about a relationship, a bond that two brothers had. You understand? You got a bond with your rib that two brothers won't be able to understand, because this is a bond that I have with my wife. So it's just talking about a bond. But now we're talking about in Deuteronomy 28 and 54, so that the man that is tender among you, we used to be tender. We used to have love and affection for one another. We didn't walk down the street and mug each other or willing to unalive each other just because we make eye contact or just because the wrong words get said. First off, we wouldn't even say the wrong words because we valued and honored each other that much. We're not going to disrespect or tolerate disrespect from one another. That's what this talking about, tender. At one time, we were tender. We were soft. We loved each other. You understand? It didn't have to be forced. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye should be evil towards his brother. Now, fast forward. Now, your eye should be evil towards your brother. Now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you sit us in one room too long, somebody's getting a black eye. Somebody pulling out their blick with the switch and somebody's going to be unalive. You understand? Because our eyes are evil towards each other. And Hollywood is part of the reason why our eyes are evil towards each other. The industry is part of the reason why our eyes are evil towards each other. It's just another device or vice that is used for us to manipulate, to destroy and tear down each other. Just like the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. You understand? Now, Drake here, he was running the industry for what, damn near 15 years. And he can't take that he lost a rap battle. And now he wants to sue the record label that put him in a position to be the greatest rapper on earth for the last 15 years because it didn't work out in his favor. See, Drake has the spirit of Cain. You understand? He has the spirit of Esau, our oppressor, because he's been created by the oppressor. You understand? He's definitely a so-called black man. There's no such thing as being mixed in the Bible, but the way that he's carrying and conducting himself is like our oppressor. It's like an Edomite, like the so-called white man, because that's all he's been around. You understand? He's been around black people, but he can't relate to so-called black people because he's been raised by a Jewish woman his entire life. And now he thinks he's black and he thinks he's Jewish. That's confusion. That's why the Bible teaches blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians not to integrate, not to mix with other nations. That's biblical because that causes confusion. Here in America, you can be mixed. Here in America, you can marry who you want to marry. Here in America, you can be anything that you want to be. But if you're a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you're not allowed to be who you want to be. You're not allowed to marry who you want to marry. You're not allowed to be mixed. There's no such thing. That's unbiblical. That's unlawful in the eyes of the Most High God. And most importantly, it's confusion. There will be no confusion if we followed the Bible. There would be no what am I trying to say? There would be no unrighteousness if we followed the Bible. There would be no unrighteousness. We wouldn't have to worry about, a rap battle if Drake run a rap battle, which, like I said, it's no sin, but the entire industry is built off drama. The entire industry is built off, how you can tear down other so-called black, Latino, and Native Indian. That's what the industry is built off of. That's what it thrives off of, is negativity. You understand? So like I said, Drake had got into this big rap battle with Kendrick Lamar, and he ended up being a sore loser. And now, because he didn't make the better rap song, now he's crying. Now he's crying. Now he wants to sue our oppressor because he thought the oppressor, he thought Lucius Grain, whatever his name is, that's over UGM, UMG, I believe. Yeah, UMG. He believed that Lucian was his friend at one point in time. Just like the cats that signed R. Kelly, just like the oppressors that signed R. Kelly. R. Kelly got away with Lord knows what for how long until he wasn't as valuable to them anymore. And that's what happens to tons of celebrities. Once you're washed, once you're not as profitable as you once were, here come all your dirty secrets. Now you have to fight and go to court for, things that were given to you in the past. Now you waking up and see that there's no love in the industry, that these people do not love and honor you. Now you see everything wrong with the dream that you were once chasing and pursuing. You understand? Now, any brother or sister inspired to be a singer, a rapper, an actor, an influencer, and things of that nature, like I said, I would reconsider. I would think twice. Unless you have your head, unless you know the power you serve, unless you know that you will never disobey the Most High God and you're never going to compromise your integrity, because they're going to give you all the weapons you need to destroy yourself once you cross that line and sign on that dotted line. Once you sign on that dotted line, you're going to have everything in the reach of your fingertips that's given to you by Satan, that's given to you by the devil, who is the oppressor that the Bible speaks of. The oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of according to the Bible. You understand? Satan isn't a red man. The devil isn't a red man underground with a pitchfork, setting you on fire every 10 seconds like those nuts believe in the Christian church. That's not who the devil is. The devil is right here. The devil is who controls America. The devil is who controls Germany. The devil is who controls the entire earth. And I can read it right here in the Bible if you don't believe me. It's in the book of Job. That's who the devil is. The devil isn't a red man underground with a pitchfork setting people on fire. No, the devil is right here wanting you to compromise your integrity so you can serve him, so you can serve his country, so you can be a part of his record label, so you can be a part of his Hollywood script. That's what the devil is out here doing. Making blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians compromise their integrity and going against the Most High God. The devil is alive, and he is alive because that's all the word devil means, is deceiver. We have been deceived as blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to think that this industry is such, is a scapegoat from poverty, which it is. But the Bible says, what if a man gaineth, in wealth and loseth his soul? And I'm paraphrasing. Why would you want to gain all the wealth, all the fame, all the fortune, and lose your soul, lose who you are, lose who the Lord created you to be? It's not worth it. Because guess what? R. Kelly, he still had problems. Bill Cosby, he still had problems. Drake's going through it now. Drake's about to find out the hard way. He has tons of problems that he's facing. And guess what? Those are the ones that are alive. Think about the brothers and sisters that aren't with us anymore. Tupac, Biggie, Whitney Houston, she died in a bathtub, overdose. Michael Jackson, overdose. Tons of celebrities have horrible lives. I don't know if you know that or not. So before you think that being a celebrity is going to solve all your problems, that might be another way that you just check up out of here earlier than the Lord planned. Because the devil is going to give you everything that you need to destroy yourself. And remember, I said that if you're trying to pursue to be rich and famous, it may not work out. But if you do become rich and famous, you better not forget your nation. You better not forget your brothers. You better not forget your sisters. And you damn sure better not forget the Most High God. Brothers get that money, brothers get that fame, and they go, woo. They going out their way to find the best drugs, to find the best so-called white woman to marry. You understand? They go find the best neighborhood to move into. They don't give back to their own community. They don't do that. You understand? They don't do that. Lord forbid they do that. So did I finish this verse? So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave, and toward the wife of his bosom. You understand? Brothers have evil eyes towards their wife. They want to put their ribs away. They don't want to come home. They, hell, even you got brothers that even put their hands on their ribs. But here it's mostly talking about how men are just evil towards their wives. They just want to get rid of them. They want to have sex with them and just dump them off. They don't see any value in sisters. You understand? They don't see any value of raising a family. They don't see any value in that. At one point in time, we was brothers and sisters, not anymore. Because we disobeyed the Most High God. We disobeyed his words. We thought the grass was greener on the other side. We wanted to celebrate our birthdays. We thought our birthdays was more important than serving the Lord. We thought celebrating Christmas was more important than serving the Lord. We thought marrying white women was more important than serving the Lord. When we have that thought, when we have that mentality, guess what? Our eyes are evil towards our brothers and evil towards our sisters. Hey, how you doing, sis? Shalami, how was Shamala, Daba, Shimi, how was Shah? You understand? So, it's the things that we pursue in life, the things that we pursue in life are the things that oftentimes are against the Most High God. And that's because brothers and sisters haven't been trained up in the truth like they're supposed to be. You understand? If you want to know about the truth, if you want to know about serving the Lord, you got to get into ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana. You have to start coming to these brotherhood and sisterhood classes on Tuesday. You have to start going to the law classes on Wednesday. You got to check out General Muhammad, how he breaks it down heavy. How he breaks it down so heavy every Monday and Thursday. You got to check out Black Watch with Commanding General Yohana, the man himself who held it down when nobody else wanted to. You have to check out what it is to be an Israelite and not just talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk. And you have to walk the walk, guess what? Not by yourself. You can't be an individual like. You can't be keeping the Sabbath Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, talking about Shabbat Shalom, eating a Lunchable and eating sandwiches by yourself, talking to yourself online, talking to yourself. That doesn't benefit your nation. The Bible says, come ye together, O nation not desired. It didn't say, come ye together, O individual not desired. It says, come ye together, O nation not desired. Come together. It's supposed to be one body, one baptism, one faith. Am I making this up? No, I'm not. This is in the Bible. So if the Bible says that, and you call yourself an Israelite, then you have to ask yourself, do you really love, or let me not say love, do you really hear what's being said in the word of God? See, how I see it, the ISUPK is the only one bold enough to make the claim that we are the home of the truth and the only truth. We're the only one bold enough to say that. Everyone else says, well, nobody else has all the truth. Well, go follow someone who doesn't have all the truth. Go follow them. The Lord is not only dealing with the ISUPK, he's dealing with different camps. He's dealing with the whole body of Israel. Now, if you're the type of person that has that mind thought, that if you think like that, you have that mind, if you think like that, Salakia. You know, if you go to Hebrew summits, where everybody can come to the summit, everybody can come to the cookout, everybody's allowed to the cookout. By the way, everyone is allowed to the ISUPK cookout. Just listen. If you had ears, hear what I'm saying. But for a Hebrew summit cookout, it's coming together in unity, regardless of your belief, regardless of what camp, regardless of if I believe that the Sabbath is based off the new moon, that means it changes every month. It's not the 7th day like how I believe. I'm going to come together with them in the same spirit. That's the sin, because someone has to be sinning. Two wrongs can't make a right when it comes to the laws of God. There is no black and white. Salakia. There is no gray area in the Bible. There is black or white. So if this cat believes that the Sabbath is based off the lunar eclipse, 7 days, and then his Sabbath might end on Tuesday. But you're a cat that believes that the Sabbath is every 7 days, meaning from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. If you believe that's the Sabbath, and you're going to come together for the sake of brotherhood or congregating, because that's not brotherhood at all. You're coming together for the sake of congregating, right? You want to congregate. You just want to congregate. You just want to come together. That's not brotherhood. You're allowing a brother to sin because you want to congregate. And that's not biblical. See, the ISUPK, we going to stand on business. All 10 toes down. You can come to our cookout, but guess what? You're not shalawaming. The Sabbath is going to be the Sabbath. We're coming together. We're inviting brothers and sisters to our cookouts, to the Lord's Passover, to the Lord's high holy days, to try to, inspire the minds of those who aren't in the truth to come into the truth so you can see how the truth operates. That's our main goal and objective, not to congregate like the Christian church and you go back to believing what you believe after we get through kicking it and drinking some beer and some, and whatever the hell else they do in fake Israelite groups. That's not brotherhood. Because if you allow someone to come to your cookout, come to your high holy day that is in sin, just for the sake to congregate, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. There's no foundation. That means you're all over the place. And that is no love. That's no love. And I'm going to prove it's no love. And then I want to get to my article, if I can find it. I always forget to save these articles. All right, let me get to my next preset. And this is going to be in the book of Leviticus. Chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. You see what the Bible says? Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Don't hate your brother in your heart. You understand? I know it's hard to understand being a Christian or a fake Israelite because you think of hate like how the oppressor thinks of hate. You think of hate, you think hate is someone actually rebuking you when you're a Christian. You think that hate is actually someone rebuking you when you're a fake Israelite. Because when we rebuke fake Israelites for not keeping God's commandment the correct way, they think the ISUPK hates them. When in reality, we don't hate anyone. We hate what the Lord hates, true enough. We hate the fact that there are so many breakoff groups because that's not biblical. If someone is teaching that the Lord is allowing sin, and what I mean by the Lord is allowing sin, meaning if you're in this Israelite group, and I broke it down using the Sabbath, but there are Israelites that think it's okay to smoke weed. Tons of them. Tons of them. There are Israelites, believe it or not, that think that it's lawful to engage in, trying to keep my words clean for social media. I don't know another word for prostitution. Okay, there are Israelites that believe that it's okay to purchase 304s. Can I say that? I think that's a lot better. Yeah, there are Israelites that believe that you can purchase 304s. Straight up and down. I ain't lying. I hear them. I didn't heard them teach it. There are Israelites that think that you can go to the strip club on Passover and it not be a problem. However, if you come together with those Israelites for the sake of congregating and having a barbecue, and there is no foundation whatsoever in the entire congregation, then like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let me read it again in the Bible. So yeah, so you'd be like, Elijah, you done lost your mind. I be that. I be that. But however, Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. So if you suffer sin upon somebody, somebody has to be right, somebody has to be wrong. Like I said, the Bible isn't there's no gray area in the Bible. You know what I mean? You're either lukewarm. I mean, you're either hot or cold. You can't be lukewarm. You can't be no gray area. So someone has to be wrong. Let me read it one more time. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. You should not hate thy brother in thine heart. Your heart is your mind. Your heart is your mind. You shouldn't hate your brother in your mind, in your heart. How do you hate your brother in your heart, according to this verse? Anybody want to give it a shot? Anybody want to give it a shot online? How do you hate your brother in your mind, in your verse? In the context of this verse that we're reading. See if anybody's paying attention. And this is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. It looked like we're getting comments from Facebook now. That's good. At first it was saying that we wasn't live from Facebook. I have to get that checked out. Anybody want to give it a shot? And I'm going to give it a few more seconds. The sister said, being angry with him unjustly. That's the correct answer. You shouldn't be angry with your brother for any cause, without cause. But not in the context of this scripture, sis. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. So if you see someone doing something wrong that goes against the Most High God, you see a brother or sister that's going off and you don't say anything, you the type of person to say, oh, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna let that be. I let the Lord deal with him. Do you really love that brother? Do you really love that sister? Because that's what goes on in our nation. You understand? That's what goes on in the nation of Israel. We mind our business. We do it all over. Black people are the most nosiest minding their business at the most nosiest minding their business people at the same time. We are nosy as hell, but we mind our business at the same time. That's the Judite thing. Sis, you already know I'm a Judite. We nosy as hell, but at the same time, we mind our business. We see everything, but we don't see nothing. You understand? We hear everything, but we don't hear nothing. We talk about everything, but we don't say nothing. That's the Judite thing. You understand me? But according to the Bible, if you see a brother or sister going off and you know they sinning against the Most High God, you got to go to he and thee alone. Like, hey, Salaki, if it's a person above you, if you're a sister and it's your husband, you go to your husband, my Lord, listen, I know, you got good intentions, but look, listen, babe, what you doing, that's not right. You may need to go get some counsel. You may need to go get some counsel, for whatever you got going on. If you're a brother in the truth and it's a man above you, you go to the brother that's the man above you respectfully. Hey, Salaki Adawan, I noticed that, you've been drinking kind of heavy tonight. I don't think you should be taking the wheel. I think you need to, give me the keys. Or I think you need to, I heard you speak kind of rough to your wife. Or is everything cool? Salaki, I ain't trying to be in y'all business, but, is everything too wild? That's how we're supposed to be with each other. That's showing love for your nation, showing love for the brother who you say you care about or the sister who you say you care about. That's what it's saying, like, be ye, Salaki, let me go back. I'm about to go into a whole nother verse. Be ye angry and spare not. But thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. That's how you not hate your brother in your heart, is by showing your brother love, by rebuking them when they're going off, when they're sinning, when they're doing things that are unjust in the sight of the Most High God. You understand? That's what being uh not hating thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin. Letting someone suffer in sin on somebody is not rebuking them. That's what the Bible is saying. You know someone is sinning and you don't rebuke them, meaning you don't bring it to their attention that they're sinning, and even if they know. Sometimes people got to get checked in order to get back on the right path. That's why it's important to have brotherhood, to have sisterhood, because we're in the flesh. We can get distracted. And the Most High God knew that it was going to take brotherhood and sisterhood in order to defeat our demons. You can't do it alone. That's why individual lights are all over the place. That's why you got break off over break off over break off group, because they don't understand this concept. And I've said this before, the ISUPK is the only place that I noticed teaches as a brotherhood class. Now, I'm not telling y'all to go watch all these fake Israelite groups to see if they teach a brotherhood class. I was in a fake Israelite group prior to joining the ISUPK, and we never had a brotherhood class. On no day. Hell, we didn't even have brotherhood. Letting on a brotherhood class, hell. You had cats in there smoking weed. You had chicks in there that were thoughts. You had all kind of crazy stuff going on. You hear me? All kind of madness, all kind of wickedness, all kind of things that was unbrotherly, because we allow each other to sin. And if you're a righteous brother, or if you're a righteous sister, you're not going to suffer sin on anyone in your nation. Because if you allow that person to be suffered in sin, guess what? That means you hate that brother. That means you hate that sister. Now think about that. Next time you go and hang around your friends and people that you claim you care about, and you just let them throw their life away in the eyes of the Lord. Remember that. Now, I know people are going to do what they do. Some people don't want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? You go around your family, they don't want to hear the truth. They didn't heard the truth. Now it's up to them to come into the truth. But this more so is talking about brothers and sisters who are in the truth. You understand? And like General Muhammad says, someone who is talking about leaving the truth, don't even waste your time on them. Just let them leave. Because all they want to, the demon that is on them, they just want to either see you go with them, or they just want some type of handout, or they have some type of weird fetish with the school. That's it. But people who are sincere in this truth and sincerely want to follow the Most High God, you give your love to them. You rebuke them. You don't allow sin to suffer on them. You understand? All right. So we done with that. Let me see if I can find this because I wanted to talk about and get into my topic while we got some time left. I wanted to talk about old Drake. Now, this is why I'm saying this is no love in the industry. Drizzy Drake files federal lawsuit accusing UMG of defamation over promotion of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. Now, this is crazy. If you're a hip-hop head like me, I love rap music. You know what I mean? I love me some hip-hop. I ain't gonna lie, I listen to rap every day. When I'm working out, it gives me all the energy I need to pump out that last set. You understand? Pump out that last set. You know what I mean? But, however, This is the first time in history anyone has sued the record label for promoting a rap song. You understand? And I'm just going to show you how unbrotherly Drake is and how the industry doesn't love you. So everyone is trying to pursue a hip hop career, an R&B career, trying to be an actor or an actress or some type of influencer in the industry. Guess what? There's no love in the industry. They're going to be all grins and teeth and hee ha ha when they're trying to get you to sign on the dotted line so you can sign your life away. Of course, they're going to be whatever you need them to be at that moment until they're done with you. Drake is more than likely woken up that they've had their way with him. All the money that they gave him don't mean nothing, because if they was willing to give Drake, I forget how long his contract was, but I believe he got around $400 million for his last music deal. And he doesn't own anything. He doesn't own the rights to anything. I mean, nothing. I don't even think he owns his own. Well, his name's not Drake, but he don't own that name. That's theirs. That's theirs. But however, like I said, some months ago, he got into a rap battle with Kendrick Lamar. If you don't know, I'm going to speed you up. The rap battle went in Kendrick Lamar's favor, meaning Drake got washed. You know what I mean? He put out some decent music, but he just lost. Now, Kendrick Lamar, he's doing his victory lap, and he's set to perform at this year's Super Bowl, 2025 Super Bowl, right? Drake don't like that. Drake seemed like he was unbothered. For years, Drake has been throwing sneak disses to Kendrick. He's been doing sneak disses. He's been sleeping with a lot of men's wives. He brags about that. He brags about that damn near every song, how many women he done had of every flavor, and, just how vile and disgusting he is as a human being, as a brother, and the truth, because he's the type to try to use women against brothers. He tries to use his fame. He tries to use his fortune. He tries to use his name in order to manipulate women into liking him. And oftentimes it works because a lot of times women are simple. You understand? But that's why it's important for women to be in the truth as well. That's why it's important for men to be in the truth, to teach your daughters, don't be simple. Don't like a man based off who the world or how the world views him, unless the world views him like they do Christ. If the world views the brother like Yahushua, yeah, go for the brother. Because look at how Yahushua was viewed in the world compared to how someone like Drake is viewed in the world. Drake is known for committing adultery. He's known for throwing women away. Now you have sisters, just because he's Drake, they're going to ignore all of that, throw themselves on Drake, and when he throws them away, they act surprised. I mean, I don't know. The hell do I know? I just know what I read and what I hear. However, Drake files federal lawsuit accusing UMG of defamation over promotion of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. So if you heard the song Not Like Us, it says some pretty vulgar and outlandish, hell of a hip hop record too, by the way. They blasted that thing everywhere, and that was part of Drake's lawsuit, that UMG promoted this song and used fake bots and streams in order to pump the song up to where he didn't get any promotion. He don't feel like the playing ground was fair on UMG's end, right? All right, so Drake is moving forward with his legal battle against his own record label. So he's suing his own record label, filing a federal lawsuit against Universal Music Group, alleging it defamed him by spreading a false and malicious narrative when it promoted Kendrick Lamar's diss track, Not Like Us. Now, this is the thing. Drake has been in the industry for a long time. When they were promoting his music, and when he got into rap battles with other cats, they promoted his music the same way. They promoted his music the same way. But now, hold on, answer this question. Do you think if Drake would have lost the rap battle, would he be suing UMG? Let's start right there. If Drake would have lost the rap battle against Kendrick Lamar, would he be suing UMG? I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, you have the oppressor, the devil, who, as the Bible speaks of. They have both these brothers on the record label. And remember what I said earlier when I opened up. The oppressor is going to give you everything that you need to destroy yourselves and also destroy your nation. You got two brothers going at it. However, I will say when Kendrick made his rap battle, he didn't go for, like, he didn't say anything personal. Drake took it personal and started talking about his kids and da-da-da-da-da. And when Kendrick Lamar came back with his album, giving him that same energy, he cried like a little bitch. Salakia. He cried like a little bitch. And that's because he has the spirit. Drake is an Israelite. And I'm going to read a verse that helps clarify what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I'll read that verse next. Matter of fact, let me get it ready. Let me get the Bible verse ready. Okay. So I got that there. All right, let me go back to the article. All right. Drake, the Canadian rapper whose real name is Aubrey Drake Graham, filed the 81-page lawsuit Wednesday in U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. Both Drake and Lamar are signed to UMG, but under different divisions. Drake under Republic Records and Lamar under Interscope. The lawsuit repeats some of the claims Drake made against UMG in a petition filed in November, when he accused it of conspiring to artificially inflate Lamar's Not Like Us on Spotify by using pay-to-play schemes, bots, and other tactics. Lamar released the song over the summer amid of months-long feud with Drake. So they've been going back and forth months and months and months. You know what I mean? Going back and forth, dropping disses. Kendrick washed him. Drake's upset. Kendrick's about to do the Super Bowl. Drake's numbers are, going down. And remember, like I said, when they want you or when they need you, they're all in your face giving you everything that you need. But when you lose value, what happens? They're the devil. And it takes for us to realize when our oppressor shows us that they are oppressing us, now we want to get mad. Now we want to sue. Now we want to march. Now we want our people back in our corner. You get what I'm saying? So before we even get there, let's try to remember who we are as a nation. What's more important? A record deal with a record label owned by our oppressor, or coming together with all Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians and having our own? What's wrong with that? But we can't see that far down because I have to start with the Christianity. The Christian church doesn't allow us to see that far because just like when General Muhammad talked about Martin Luther King yesterday, that dream that he pushed on blacks back then, it did numbers on our mental. It did numbers on our mental, man. We can't see past anything that the white man does. Like, we have to do everything like them. If they not doing it, we shouldn't do it. You understand? If they don't like it, we shouldn't like it. If they don't find any value in it, we shouldn't find any value in it. And that's our whole entire lives when we're Christian. That's it. And I know what you say, the Christians read the Bible too, but the Christians don't understand the Bible. Of course they read the Bible, but they don't understand the Bible, because if they understood the Bible, they wouldn't be trying to hold hands with the oppressor. They would know that this says that in the Bible that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. But because we've been, bought up in that religion, bought up in that belief, we think that our oppressor is better than us. Therefore, we have to, in order to be better, we think that our oppressor is better than us. So in order to be better, we have to be like our oppressor, instead of being like the men in the Bible who the Most High God told us to follow. Instead of being like Commander General Yohana in the ISUPK, because we follow Christ. We follow Yahweh Shah. You understand? So yeah, man. Now Drake is feeling the wrath of the oppressor. He had to learn the hard way. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's, his mother's Jewish, so I mean, hopefully some of his family can help him out. Those Jewish, them Jewish people got some good lawyers. Maybe one of them Jewish cousins of his on his mama's side, or uncles, or somebody can help him out. A spokesperson for UMG said that the allegations are untrue, and that Drake's claims that it would try to hurt his reputations are illogical. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic commercial and personal financial success. The statement reads, you hear this? See what I'm saying? The industry can make you. The industry made Drake. The industry made Tupac. The industry made Michael Jackson. The industry made Prince. The industry makes these people. How does it make these people? Because the industry controls what is being heard. You understand? The industry controls what's being heard. The industry, all they have to do is push. They said, this is what it said. We have invested massively. We have invested massively in his music, and our employees around the world have worked tirelessly for many years to help him achieve historic, commercial, and personal financial success. They said we gave this nigga history. We gave him success financially. And that's what they do. They give you this image. They tell you what the rap about. They tell you what's going to be the next big hit. They tell you to go battle him. This will be good on your resume. If you can beat that Kendrick Lamar cat, I'm telling you, you're going to go down in the books as the greatest rapper alive. They put the jumper cables on Drake this entire time. This entire time, when there's cats in the hood, there's probably somebody in your neighborhood right now that rap 10 times better than Drake. But because he's not in a position as Drake, guess what? No one's going to hear his voice. He may sell 500 copies at the local, in the hood somewhere. He might get 500 spins or 500 plays in the hood. I mean, that's how hip hop started anyway, in the hood. But once our oppressor got their hands on it, they seen a way to make a profit, make tons of money. They took what we created and utilized the resources they already had and made something so massive, so huge. Now you have people running to the people who took the idea of hip hop. We have to go to them to get a deal. We have to go to them to be heard about something we created. And we don't find that a problem. We don't think that that's an issue in a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Let me tell you something. That's our entire life, is being Black. That's that dream Martin Luther King sold the Christian church. You understand? That's the dream Martin Luther King sold the Christian church. Join hand in hand with them so we could be like them. So they can further oppress us. So they can show us how to be a good slave again. And we fell for it. We fell for it. So there goes your hip hop. There goes the music we created, the music that we so much love. Yeah. You got to go to UMG and get a deal. You understand? You got to go to Interscope to get a deal. You got to go to Columbia. You got to go to Warner Brothers. You got to go to some oppressor to give you a deal on the music that you create, the music that we enjoy, the music that we love. We're nothing without them. It's basically what they letting you know, Drake. That's what they let Michael Jackson know it too. Michael Jackson died broke. He was worth, I believe, $600-700 million, and he was in debt $600-700 million. And that's the lifestyle that a lot of our youth, a lot of our brothers and sisters inspire to be in, is in that industry. When the industry doesn't care anything about us or anything that we do, they only care about how they can benefit and profit off of our talent. And once we're talentless, or once our talent isn't inspired throughout the earth anymore, like no one is inspired by our talent anymore to keep their pockets fed, they just treat us like how we were before they even met us. They don't even know us. Oh, yeah, you Drake, they'll have some award shows for you. You still be performing when you're 50, 60 years old. Yeah, Drake will be performing all those hits that he's made over the years when he's 50, 60. You're going to see your great-grandchildren will be able to see Drake if he lives that long. If the Lord ain't came back by then, they'll be able to see Drake in concert. And he'll probably still be talking about how Kendrick whooped him in the battle. So, I'm playing. But anyway, let me get back to it. The suit says the false allegations in the song and UMG's decision to promote it led to real-world consequences for Drake. On May 7th, an armed group drove to Drake's Toronto home, and at least one gunman opened fire, wounding a security guard, the suit alleges. So somebody did a drive-by at Drake's house, and he's trying to say that this record, Not Like Us, is part of the reason why someone is going to his house and shooting up his house. Now, that just sounds very Christian to me. I don't know about that, Drake, over a damn rap song. But then again, like I said, some people aren't able to distinguish reality from entertainment. Some people can't do that. They have a hard time. That's why you got, kids that remember when Grand Theft Auto, the video game, came out? You had kids really thinking that they can go play Grand Theft Auto and do things like shoot up things and things of that nature because they're children. But, we're supposed to be adults. You understand? We're supposed to be adults. We ain't supposed to be out here living out the raps that we rap, living out the video games that we play. You understand? Like me, I hear a good rap song and I get pumped up. I be wanting, yeah. That's about as far as it go. I'm not gonna hear a rap song and go slide like King Vine. I ain't gonna go be like Little Dirt and throw away my whole life because I heard a good drum, a good 808 and some dope lyrics. So don't get tricked into hating your brother. Don't get tricked into following our oppressor. Don't get tricked into a lifestyle that you can prevent because it looks good. It looks good on TV. It looks good on those videos, but you don't know what these brothers go through when they're not on camera. You don't know what the hell they're into when they're not on camera. You understand? Kendrick Lamar was calling Drake A minor. He didn't call him A minor, but if you know the song, you get what I'm saying. But however, no one knew that R. Kelly for years was doing, except the people around him. No one knew that R. Kelly was doing all these things to these young girls. No one knew that Bill Cosby was putting, what was it, roofies inside of damn drinks and sleeping with the most disgusting oppressors you can find in the earth. I mean, he went and found some oppressors. I mean, Bill Cosby may need to get checked out. I know he's old, but good night. I mean, being old is no excuse for not having taste. God damn. He was sleeping with some things looking like Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing, was it Swamp Thing? Remember Swamp Thing? Bill Cosby was in the bed with something like that. And he had the drugger. I don't know. I can't look at Bill the same. But anyway, let me drop down to this other place. Drake tried to resolve things with UMG privately, the suit says, but it refused to do anything to help and said he would face humiliation if he sought legal action. The suit says UMG prompted the song because the label knew that the more it was streamed and played, the more money UMG and executives would make. The company also knew that Drake's contract was nearing the end and that extending it would be costly, the suit says. So, you know, it's a money thing. Like I keep saying, it's the money thing, right? Drake realized that those oppressors that he was in bed with at UMG, that he wasn't valuable. The money was. Well, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo, Drake. You didn't understand that it was a business move from the beginning? Ain't that why you wanted to be a rapper, to get money? You thought your fathers were any different? Come on, man. You couldn't have been that naive, Drake. You gotta go. You gotta start hanging back in the hood, Drake. Go with them cousins. Them cousins on your daddy's side. You should have been hanging more around your cousins on your daddy's side. You understand? Now, this verse that I'm about to read is proven when we align ourselves with Esau, like Martin Luther King and the Christian church, and that's why the Christian church is the mark of the beast. When you align yourself and when you make deals with the oppressor and when you are just covered in their, when you cover yourself in their philosophies and way of life, you are them. You understand? And this is what I'm saying with Drake. Drake doesn't realize that he's a black man from the tribe of Judah. He raps like he is, but in reality, he's not, because he has the spirit of the oppressor, because he follows the oppressor's philosophy and ways. And this is the scripture that I'm about to read. You probably already know it. And this is John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye shall do. He was the unaliver, it says murderer, unaliver, right? From the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. See, Drake, if you was an ISUPK, before you signed that contract, before you believed all those lies that UMG told you how great your life is going to be and all the accomplishments that you were going to get, we would have told you, Drake, that's a goddamn lie. You better quit listening to that oppressor, because he is the devil. And all he wants is to put you in a position to humiliate you at one point in life. He's going to put you in a position where you're going to get high. He's going to put you in a position of where you are on stage talking about why is this little young white girl so thick? And she about thick as this damn water bottle, and she was only 17. You a grown man on stage, lusting at the what? Was she 16 or 17? They're gonna put you in a position to feed your lust so they can get money. And when they are done with you, when you're not valuable to them anymore, because why? When you're not valuable, that means you're not bringing in the money. Come on, Drake. Maybe Kendrick was right. Maybe you're not like us. I know no one in the world is not like the UPK. I wish we could have invented that saying first. They're not like us. Because the entire world is not like the ISUPK under Commander Juniahana, because we follow Christ. And there is nobody like there. When Yahushua was walking the earth, forget about it. Nobody was like Yahushua. The entire earth was against Yahushua, besides the disciples that decided to follow him. So if you're inspired to be in the music industry, if you're inspiring to become rich and wealthy, consider this. Before you go get into bed with your oppressor, before you go get into bed and sign that contract and think your life is about to be awesome, think about something you heard tonight in class. Think about how all the entertainers, for the most part, go through more issues probably than you in your life. Hell, you got cats like Usher, who was just passing out herpes. You know, Usher has herpes. But that doesn't stop black women from lusting over Usher. When I hear a woman, this is me. When I hear a woman lusting over Usher, and I know Usher got herpes and it's public records, I either think that woman has herpes, or I think that she's just like kind of weird. I don't understand that. Like someone who has a STD or has a disease that you can never get rid of, like why would you lust after? Unless you already have it. Or you don't love yourself enough to be like, I don't want to mess with that dude. He got herpes. That's just me though. I mean, he makes great music. He do, but you know, I think any sister that I knew that had anything, my lust button don't work. That's me. I don't give a damn who it is. Lotto, Glorilla, if you got that package, I ain't receiving it. A lot of them got that package. And a lot of y'all gonna be willing to receive it because you follow your lust. That's all I'm saying. So tonight, I hope brothers and sisters learn something. Drake, I just want to, hey Drake, chill out on the lawsuit. Go, man, go find out who you are, man. Come to the ISUPK. You an Israelite, Drake. You understand? You got way greater things that you can be proud of, like knowing your nationality. You understand? Knowing your mother is not the real Jew and you are. And your father. You can start teaching your little boy down instead. Our oppressor is the devil. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Don't try to go be in Hollywood. Don't try to go live an extravagant lifestyle. All these rappers, all these actors, all these influencers, anybody that's in the limelight living that lifestyle is short-lived. And you might catch herpes. And with that, shalom. Yabba Shemesh Rakatham to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shema Allah Ta'ba Shemi Ashah to the sisters. All right, Israel.